Because what I was gonna say was like I'm really just like now like how can we got to get through this so we can get to Grand Theft Auto. The sooner we watch this movie, the sooner we could play Grand Theft Auto, and the more we could play of it. So like we got to get going here. It's Buffer Buddies episode 58 loading. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. I'm not a robot. I'm Jared from UpDownLeftDie.
I'm Tiffany from UpDownLeftDie. I didn't like that at all.
No one asked you.
Okay. I'm Jesse Favalava.
That's not your name.
I'm Recipes 420, aka Rest in Peace 120, aka Not Dying Today. Yep, that's about it.
Yeah, and we're watching, I forgot what we're watching. Oh, Jupiter Ascending. If you guys don't know what you're listening to, this is Buffer Buddies. It's a movie night podcast where we watch movies together in our Discord. Me and Tiffany, we are the hosts of a Twitch channel called UpDownLeftDie, and we kind of created this as a community movie night with our fans and friends that we've made on the stream. So anyone is welcome to join and listen in, or even become part of the podcast if you're so interested. You can find out more information about the podcast on bufferbuddies.com and more information about the stream on UpDownLeftDie.com. They're actually the same website right now, so don't just go to one. You'll figure out the rest. Anyways, I'm gonna hit the play button on this movie, Jupiter Ascending.
The real friendship, or dang it, I messed that one up.
Yeah, you messed it up real bad.
I was gonna say the real movie night is the friends we made along the way,
and we also have Dimples and Aranya and Silent.
Nice,
wow,
nice catch.
Look at recipes.
The problem is I haven't standardized the format, and it's different every time, and I forget something every time.
I got you guys, don't worry.
Thank you. What would
I'm
you
the
do
voice for the
without
unspoken.
Friends of the friendless. Oh man, this is
how.
You know what?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. Good
Did
to know.
someone ask you?
Wait,
I
what
did.
happened?
I'm kidding.
I want Austin to read everything Aranya and Dimples type in the chat.
In their voices.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that this movie is Valarian, and then you keep saying Jupiter Ascending, and I was like, wait, that's not right. And then
my thing too was like they both came out almost at the same time. Like this came out just before that. Well, maybe not really. Actually,
this is a lot older.
Jupiter Ascending, and there's another one that came out near the same time. But I do remember seeing the preview for this and going, "Whoa, that looks cool!" And then immediately when it came out, everyone was like, "It's terrible, it's bad." I was like, "What? It looks so good."
I did watch this when it came out, specifically because Channing Tatum's in it.
Oh,
I see what you did there. His eye was in the frame, and you were like, I don't
think that was intentional. I don't think she knows what you're talking about.
Vaseline me up, baby.
This is too intimate. This is a PG-13 podcast. No, it's not. But, you know. So let's talk about the movie Now You See Me Too while we're watching.
Hi, he's here.
He fixed his microphone.
John Schwartz, yay!
And we have John Schwartz now as a person.
How's the audio sounding?
Awful.
Real bad.
Leave again.
Loud?
No, it sounds like you're in a tin can.
Really?
Yep. And far away.
Dang, that's weird.
Yes. So Now You See Me Too.
So I said before we started recording this podcast, oh my gosh, people are just breaking into the room. Just like, oh no, everyone's just like hitting people off the head. Wow. Oh my gosh. He called her a bad name.
I thought
You don't want that to happen.
I thought that was John Schwartz's microphone. Like he dropped it or something.
Oh
no.
Man. Some guy just got shot because they stole his telescope.
My telescope.
Wait,
What was
did
the
he get
last
shot in
thing
the
he
leg?
saw?
Oh,
Is that really? Aranya says that's Vision from the Avengers. Is that really?
Probably. Odds are that it's probably him.
I'm not.
If you just guess, if you just threw out, oh, that's Vision, you're probably going to get it right. That just statistically speaking.
He's a spaceman, right?
He was a spaceman?
Favalava's multitasking.
Dude, Jared's multitasking
What?
too. He's playing Wasteland 2 right now.
Oh,
Oh man, these notifications. No one has
Okay,
privacy
wow.
anymore.
Do not want to watch that.
what are you talking about? what are you
I
talking
got
about? The Steam
Dude,
notification?
Yeah.
he's the
That's
police
so funny.
state.
Well,
Yeah.
I have an excuse because I have a card farmer, so that's why I'm playing different games 24/7.
Oh, dude, me too. I'm running it right now.
Which one do you got?
I got that freeware one.
Noob. Well, they're all freeware. None of them are paid. But which one? What is it called?
It's called SteamCards.us.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Get Archie Steam Farm.
Anyways, about Now You See Me Too. Before
movie.
we were
Wait,
rudely
is this
interrupted.
the seven?
Oh, Johnswartzwelder is back.
Is this that 70s show?
It is.
Oh wow.
So I think
Is the audio better?
Nope. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse.
It
What
is
does it
worse.
sounds like?
like muffled and metally.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking through like a tube of Venezuela.
It's two cans attached by one string.
And
Need
then
to
that's
Vaseline that tube.
All right, that's
No,
annoying.
but then they'll steal your telescope. So
Okay,
now
I'm
you
playing
see me
String
too.
Legends right now.
is this
Everyone,
night?
stop! Stop multitasking.
Can we see watch Now You See Me 2 instead? Why does it say Supiter ascending?
Anyways, Now You See Me 2 was not as good as Now You See Me 1 because
Okay.
in Now You See Me 1, most of the magic tricks, other than the stupid bubble one that Isla Fisher was in,
Yeah.
was like pretty practical for the most part.
Yeah, they were like
stuff-
all semi-real.
Yeah.
Or they were
Now
like
You
at least
See Me-
loosely based on real ones. Oh, this green screen is so bad. Go
Now
ahead.
You See Me Too, magic is it's all like crazy pants. There's like no
Oh,
way.
because
so
yeah.
that's what's disappointing.
So they open that like box because it's like magic is real and this whole time, and you're like, oh well, of course they're gonna. Oh, that's lame.
No, it's not. It's not that crazy.
But
It's
still,
just like-
it's not
it's like-
real.
It's
right?
like if the playing cards that you are using to do magic was also Fast and the Furious.
I don't know what
If
that
we
means.
watch it, if we watch it, you'll see what I mean.
Well, it might be prime for movie night then if it sounds not great. And
I
so
think we
many
have to
people,
watch 1 and 2.
Newt Scamander
one
looks
is-
pretty old here.
I like one.
Who looks old?
Newt Scamander.
Oh, Newt Scamander. I heard Commander.
I feel like I'm watching Speed Racer again with this green screen technology.
No, it's real. They're in the Jupiter ascending.
It's so weird looking.
What if you? No one has ever been in Jupiter, right?
What if it looks like bad green screen all the
yeah,
time?
like because of the gases.
you
It's
wake
just a
up and
gassy
you're like,
planet.
oh, I hate where I live. It looks so like a fake green screen. So
Eddie
what?
Redmayne looks so
Tiffany,
weird.
you watch this, so I'm going to defer to you as the
Yes.
expert.
I am the expert of Jupiter.
What is going on? What what is
they're-
this?
They're royal planet people,
Okay.
and they're trying to steal. No, he's trying to marry someone, or he's trying to steal something. No, they're trying to steal resources.
Maybe he's trying to steal a Mary.
He's trying to steal
marriage.
Mary. He's trying to steal resources, and I think that keeps him alive.
What kind of resources keep him alive?
Like hardcore
Batteries.
drugs,
I was gonna, like, pizza is a resource that keeps me alive.
capillary berries, berries, batteries.
So what was
Bourbon.
that guy? Like, was he like a computer man?
No, he's a prince
We all
boy.
are.
No, but he like became a computer man.
No, he just walked away, and the planet got gassy.
Oh, you can only see like 10 feet in front of you.
Yes.
It's a Jupiter thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
You
I don't
would
want to talk about
understand.
Jupiter things.
So how
But
does it tie into that 70s show? Like, when is this how that 70s show ends? Is this like Community, 6 seasons and a movie?
This is
Is this-
actually Jacob's ladder situation where they all died in the car scene in the opening where
And
they're
the-
all like switching seats and stuff like that.
Oh, and this is like Jackie, like her last moments as she's bleeding out, and the EMT's like, "We got one alive. You stay with us, little
Wow,
girl."
that's dark.
Yeah, so the beeping of her alarm clock is actually just the heart monitor
rate in the back of the ambulance.
Wow.
I think we've created a good story.
It's really good, actually.
I'm depressed.
Because she always wanted to be like rich and famous, but like this is like her mind created that. Like you live in a nice house, oops, but you're not actually the one that lives there. You're just taking care of it. So it's like this weird nightmare scenario she created for herself. But of course, I think what I know about this, judging on this movie, she's some kind of secret princess. What's more believable? You're dying in a coma, or there's a spaceman that comes and rescues you because you're a space princess.
If the spaceman is Channing Tatum,
Sense8?
What? What?
I don't know.
Girl from
Either
Sense8?
Is that Samuel? Is that
It is.
Terry Crews?
are you sure you're not being racist, Recipes?
No, 100%. That is, what's her face from Sense8? The yeah, it
I don't
is.
watch that show, so I don't know.
One day, Google Chrome's
The
gonna have like a
sun.
face scanner built in for this kind of stuff.
It already does.
For live content that we're watching, no?
It's had it since like the day they launched their video movie service.
So we can be like, hey,
Whoa.
hey, Alexa, who's this on screen?
Yeah,
Whose face is this?
they've like had that for a very long time. Like the second
Who's this
Google's like,
face
hey,
boy?
you could rent movies off of Google Play Store. Like they've had like you just hold down the home button and it'll tell you whose face is on screen.
I think
Find
you're
out.
getting it confused with Jupiter technology.
No, I'm pretty sure that Google and then Amazon added in pretty soon after. I'm pretty sure it's definitely a thing that like most movie services have. Unfortunately, we're not using one of those.
We do have that. She's just dormant and in chat and silent. It's not an
Dimples?
Alexa. Yeah.
We have,
Yeah.
we have a dimples.
It's like an Alexa, but it only kind of works when it feels like it.
Wait,
Yeah. We've had 625 versions that just did not work.
that dude just smelled paper to see who signed it? I'm so
That
confused.
dude is Channing Tatum. Show some respect.
He could smell all the paper he wants.
Oh no. Your Dimples is working.
Dimples is always working. Dimples never
Which
stops.
she has to service like 100 million other people and answer all the stupid questions about who's in what movie. Well, look at his like hover shoes.
Channing Tatum is a weird Wolfman hover. The thing
I'm
about this
confused who
movie,
the good people are.
the thing about this movie, you guys, it's
What about this movie?
if you went back to like 2002 and went onto some deviant art that did a lot of like fan fiction about like space princesses and Wolfman people with like hover boots and stuff like that, this is what you'd be reading. This is the movie. I just want you to know that.
Well, I feel like this movie was made where you'd be like, whoa, look at that cool technology. But really, that guy's shoes are like the future equivalent of a hoverboard. And these guys, all these people shooting at him are like, what a dick. Look at this dick. Let's just kill him. Of course, I can't believe he's using hover shoes as like a vehicle to escape. Oh, why would you bring that toy into the combat scenario, you dick? That's what I feel like. You think it's cool, but that's only because we're ancient, like, cavemen people, and we think anything is cool.
So Aranya was wrong. It was never Vision. Vision is not in this movie.
Dang, she
liar?
told you.
And it
Told
was-
you, Aranya.
Aranya's not an AI computer like Dimples, though, so I mean, like...
That is true. But I just want to have it out there and then permanent in the universe that Dimples is never wrong. Aranya.
No,
was
Dimples
wrong.
was wrong once.
She was wrong twice, but who's
Okay.
counting?
Us, apparently.
But she did recognize him from the Marvel universe that he's Tony Stark Sr.'s butler.
What? That is the most ridiculous thing.
And Vision was created from Tony Stark Jr.'s AI named Jarvis. And I have a bird named
That
Jarvis.
is a naked man.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
so
happens.
Is this actually so the significance of the name of the movie Jupiter Ascending? Is it actually stuff to do with Jupiter? Or I thought it was because the lady was going to name their kid Jupiter because the dad liked
Her name is Jupiter.
Okay, but so what are we looking at? This scene. Is this Jupiter?
No.
Yeah. They just
What?
showed Jupiter.
So
No, I guess the planet.
what
I thought
is
you
it?
thought about the girl. The girl's name is Jupiter.
but the planet is also, there's a planet named Jupiter, right?
Wait, what? Since when?
But like, so what is the coincidence of that? Like, he's like, that's a pretty planet. Let's name our daughter Jupiter. By the way, there's aliens on Jupiter. Like, that's pretty, like, I guess your odds are like 1 in 9,
think-
1 in 8, right? I guess that's a pretty good.
Why is his neck so long?
Because he's Eddie Redmayne.
It's a Jupiter thing.
Yeah, you would understand. You Earthling. Do you think there are kids out there named Earth?
My God.
I hope not.
That's kind of like, I don't know if I love or
Wait,
hate
hold
that.
on. There's Eartha Kit.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's worse than just being named Earth.
Imagine getting bullied for being named Earth. Like, oh, you're gonna be globally warm.
That's not even like, what does that mean? And
No,
like,
and then-
what?
And
Yeah,
then the
messed
love
him up.
interest comes in and says, you have a globally warmed heart.
Aw.
There you go, right? Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's a flat Earth theorist, though.
Oh my god.
And then that's the bully, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tries to flatten him every day.
Hey, Earth, I'm gonna make you flat. And he punches them in the face.
Oh, man. And, like, Earth's dad is Galileo? Who's the one? Who's the one?
That's probably about right.
Who's the one? And then his mom is the other one?
Yeah.
Ptolemy.
Tony?
Yes, Ptolemy Stark. But she's Jupiter, and she's ascending
Ascending to what?
to the throne.
Okay. Wait, is that
There
what?
ain't
Oh, wait.
something.
Is that what this movie is? They're like, we're gonna come and kill you. My name's Jupiter. Oh, you must be the queen. She must be the queen. Her name's Jupiter. Why else would she be named that? Anyways, off to the queen you go. Off to the
And then something about resources
resources.
that keep Eddie Redmayne young.
Is this like an analogy for like oil? Like, is this all like? Does this get political?
What?
Yes, because she's a queen.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Jupiter things are happening.
What are those guys?
They're little alien boys.
Why? Wait, how come they look like aliens and the people on Jupiter look like humans?
Oh, beans. Her
no,
phone
you got
rang
a
and now
phone
they know.
call.
I think
We're good. I'll be down in a sec.
What's going on in this movie?
everyone be very, very
She's like,
quiet.
oh, dang it. That's the station wagon from the 70s show she died in. She's in it right now.
Oh, no.
You have to wake up. You have to wait. Your brain is inserting images from the reality and mixing it with fantasy. Can't you
It's
see?
like a...
Why would you
What's
be?
that movie with, I Have the High Ground?
Star Wars.
Who's the I Have the High Ground? What's his name?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. What's that movie with Obi-Wan Kenobi where he's Stay
Star Wars.
Stay Wars?
Stay Wars. I was also gonna say, do you mean Highlander? I think that had
Touche,
Obi-Wan.
sir.
I think
Touche.
that was in. I think Obi-Wan, and he actually didn't have the high ground in that one. No, wait, did he? No,
he had the
did.
Highland.
Oh man, was he in Highlander?
Highlander is just
Who am
a
I thinking of?
propaganda for
I
the
might
car
just be making
company.
stuff up. Anyways, what was your point?
Because in that movie Stay, it was a whole Jacob's Ladder situation.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Man,
I like that movie a lot.
we watched Kazam. Was that a Jacob's Ladder situation?
I think all
I
movies
think that
are
was.
Jacob's Ladder
I think that
situations,
was.
honestly.
Right, because didn't he fall like 3 stories and then he found a boombox with a genie in it, and it's like, yeah,
Hold
you
on.
died.
Wait a minute. You're onto something.
No, I think we talked about this, or how did this get made? Someone talked about this, and I was like, he fell really far, and then there was a genie. Pretty sure you're dead, son.
That's very, very likely.
And it's that thing too where it's like, you're a genie. Wait, you're all. It's. Oh crap! I'm gonna do the
There
racist thing
is
again.
no
Was it
9
Shaquille O'Neal
3/4.
or was it
Yes. Right? Shaq. It was Shaq.
whatever we said last time, like 50
Right.
episodes ago, we got it wrong, and now. But either way, you're a basketball player. No, I'm a genie. Okay, whatever. You know, it's like that's your mind filling in gaps by like, who should I make the genie look like? This famous basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah, because he looked up to him because at that time,
That's when he.
Shaquille O'Neal looked like
Yeah, he was a famous guy.
yeah. So you know what this movie is teaching me? This movie is teaching me to not buy telescopes.
Yeah, because you'll get killed over them.
Yeah. People love telescopes,
But they don't want to pay for them.
especially since they're $3,000, $990. 900. I can't.
Is it with free shipping though? Because that's
Oh,
what
it's
that's
on
what they'll get
Amazon.
you. It was eBay. So
Oh
that-
man, it's probably like $1, but it's also like $4,000.
I want it to be like $3,999. Reserve not met. It's like, damn it, no. What do they really want for it?
You'll never know.
I doubt that's like. I bet you there's some genre person like that's a crappy microscope. That's a crappy telescope. It's not worth that much. It'll never be worth that much in the theater. They're just yelling it out when they saw this movie. I hate this. I own that microscope. I keep saying microscope.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I never caught that telescope.
Telescope. Keep saying it.
She did take pictures of the alien
But
boys
she doesn't remember.
Excuse me.
because they probed her.
Done Levy, aren't you? The doctor's ready.
She wants to donate her eggs, her egg McMuffins, so she can get the monies to buy her eBay telescope.
What is she doing? Is that what she's doing right now?
Yeah, she wants to donate her eggs for money.
Oh. Because she's so poor.
Yeah, but she's having regrets because she
They're
doesn't
aliens.
want she doesn't want people to. She doesn't like the idea of not knowing if if kids are from her eggs.
They're aliens.
This is all a dream.
Oh, is it really?
No, because Channing Tatum comes in and he shoots them all with his hover boots.
Him and
is
his
actually-
stupid hover boots.
And then Jonah Hill comes in also with hover boots.
You have the right to remain silent. We're in space police.
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm still waiting for 24 Jump Street.
That'd be amazing. Don't you mean 23 though?
23 Jump Street. I don't know. I can't count right
But
now.
I actually want them to, at the end of that one, they made all those joke posters, which makes
Yeah,
me
like, I
imply
want them
like
to
they
do
kind of
them.
wrote themselves into a corner because they either now cannot make any more, or if they do, they have to make those ones, you know? And so they're like, yeah, we'll never make these. But if they're like, oh, I really want to make a 23 Jump Street, they have to make it based off of that poster now.
Well, they're back then. It was supposed to be a Men in Black crossover, but then that got canned.
Oh, really? Would it have been
Yeah.
23 Jump Street?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What? Insane. That'd
I
be
would
so...
have been so happy.
Yeah, I wish it was another like Fast and the Furious kind of style. Like we're just gonna
Me too.
make movies and be like whatever about them.
Especially them two.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. Like, what is the physics and the reality of this universe? We don't care. We don't care. Like maybe there's a movie where it's completely grounded. Maybe there's time travel. We don't. Whatever. We're just gonna write the script however we feel like. I would like that. I would have liked to seen that.
I want a 21 Jump Street game.
How would that play out?
It was like a Kane and Lynch-esque, like multiplayer. You know, you have to be undercover. It would be Life is Strange for the high school part. and then GTA for the other parts.
That's pretty good. I get like a genre mix smash up.
Yeah. Like if Life is Strange was mixed
Had an
around
open
with
world,
GTA.
shoot it up.
Yeah.
Car theft mode.
And then dialogue options. where they're like, you have the right to remain, and then you have to choose quiet.
And silent isn't even on the list.
Because you never looked through the notes. You never studied for it.
Yeah, if you didn't study, if you didn't get good grades, it's like you have the right to remain, and it's not. There's no silent. It's like chicken wings, like ketchup.
Anything you say can and will be used against tomatoes.
And that would be a great game.
That would be a great game. I would love that game.
Why? I don't like him with this. I don't like Channing Tatum with like elf ears and a Thor beard. It looks very
Elf
weird.
ears, Thor beard, and like pretty tanned.
Yeah, he's good looking.
I did watch a movie, but I'll just keep it in the list. I don't know.
You watched one of the movies on the list?
No, I watched a movie that I just put on the list.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to say it.
Uh-huh.
That's all. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
I
got really scared because I have a giant paint stain on my floor, and I thought it was a bug.
You thought it was a bee?
I thought it was a bee. I thought it was a bee queen.
You're the bee queen of Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Oh, his iPad broke. His space
no.
iPad.
Dinosaurs? Wait, are you saying your people killed the dinosaurs?
What do you mean, your people?
Yeah,
Excuse
you
you,
people.
Jackie.
And she's like, your people, basically genocided the dinosaurs. And he's like, yeah, I hate dinosaurs. And she's like, oh, big racist. And what if the dinosaurs were aliens?
Let me pitch you an idea. What if all the dinosaurs were like just
real
really
big jerks? Just real big jerks. Oh, screw every one of them. No, wait, what? The dinosaurs were what?
If they were just giant like dinosaur nuggets.
Walking
Like they
around.
were actually, like actual nuggets. And so they were hunted down and like eaten in that way.
They all moved. You couldn't see the hand, but as if it was a child hand going, like kind of like doing that thing, walking around by like picking it up and putting it down real fast. So they just kind of like waddled around, and that was like the whole Earth in real life looked like a weird, silly animation. And you could just take a bite. You could just walk right up to a T-Rex and just like bite at him. As he's biting you, you just like bite back in his mouth, and you're like, oop, just took that bite right back out of you.
Oh man,
so
Channing
loud.
Tatum.
So loud.
Sean Bees.
So are these aliens that look kind of like, all the Mars Roswell aliens? Are they from Mars? Is that the thing? It's like Jupiter versus Mars. Oh, we hate those scaly Mars aliens. We look like humans.
That's racist.
Yeah, it sounds like they are.
All right, is the mic better or
No,
same?
Same.
I wonder why.
I think it might be. Is it doable?
Still?
Same.
Oh, the bees are coming.
Oh no.
He's allergic.
That would kill like all the bees though instantly. It's a pretty good weapon. Oh, hit him in the eye.
Unless the bees are immune
To sound waves.
to space magic. Man, I always wanted to try to run through a cornfield. Then I think it would hurt. Getting like smacked in the face by
Yeah,
giant
it wouldn't be fun. Like any kind of bush thing. Like in movies, they fall through the trees or they fall into a bush. It's like, those twigs hurt.
But being chased might be kind of like a fun game that we could play. Like a laser tag, but instead of inside, it's in a cornfield.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
paintball, but I don't.
I don't know, people hurt.
I wouldn't want. Running through a cornfield hurts.
It hurts a little bit less than paintballs, though.
You don't know that. It's dependent on your velocity.
Well, I think I know a little bit of that.
So this girl that this bike is right. This bike that this girl's riding is like a real hover bike, which is kind of cool. It's almost taken from it's like a concept version. Wow, Channing Tatum looks really stupid right now.
How dare you? Don't
It
disrespect
looked like he
him.
was sitting in an invisible chair. You look like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride when Mr.
It's
Toad
his
goes
stripping
crazy.
chair. This is actually a sequel to Magic Mike too. Also. Oh no! Now I want a Magic Mike sequel with 21 Jump Street, where they try to teach Jonah Hill the ways.
Yeah, because what they should do is retcon like that. Magic Mike happens like he's like I'm leaving the force, and then Magic Mike happens, and then like 23 Jump Street happens in chronological.
Yes.
Like it was like what were you doing for those couple of years? Magic Mike stuff. I'm back
But
on the
Magic
force
Mike
now.
1 does not exist. Magic Mike 2 is the only one that matters.
Oh, okay.
Because Magic Mike 2 is actually fun and fun. Magic Mike 1 was trying to
I'm
be
just
like
really
some
not
serious
like
thing.
up to date on all the like the Magic Mike lore. Is there like
Oh, I
a
can
is
fill
like
you
a
in
wiki?
on all
Is there
the
like a
lore.
wiki.magicmike.info?
Yeah, I run the Magic Mike Wikia.
Oh, cool.
No, there's
you
a lot
see-
more on the Reddit.
Oh, on Magic Mike r/Magic Mike.
His real name is Magician Michael.
On the Buffer Buddies thing.
Oh yes, yeah. I said.
Well, what did you do? Is that what you've been doing?
I'm looking at
I've
you
been
guys.
adding a ton.
Oh,
I'm looking
I
at
see.
you guys. Also vote too. Make sure you vote. Don't.
I unvoted for something that I added in this.
No, that's legal. You can unvote for your stuff.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sometimes like
the
I'm
one-
adding it as kind of a service, but I don't necessarily want to watch it myself unless the community watches it. You know.
Yeah, someone else suggested it, so I added it in for her.
So technically, adding other people's stuff is fine. I personally only add my own stuff though.
Yeah.
But
well, because I knew she wasn't gonna do it.
right, that's fair. Stealing things. 'Cause
Cynthia, official call out.
oh man. Because my thing was like, my thing is like, I want it to be kind of a game because I was going to credit people who request movies, but I was too lazy for that. Because then I want people to like, when it rolls over, then it's like, oh, that's my opportunity to swoop it in, like, steal all the good recommendations. Recipes. You added a photo to chat and went, I added this movie. That's a picture.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
It's called Mac and Me. It's a rip
That's
off
right.
of ET.
I remember that. Now I know what that is. I never actually seen it.
Either way, it sounds hilarious.
It's probably terrible. I'll give that a vote.
Look at that dress.
Well, Tiffany, you
How
put,
much do you think that dress is?
Oh,
$1 million.
$2,000.
I
much-
think it's more than that.
How much do wedding dresses cost?
Like
A lot.
a
5,000.
lot.
Why does
I
a
mean,
wedding dress cost more than a car? Like that's crazy.
Average cost. Let's see. Oh, about 1,000. About
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like 2,000 for that, 3,000. I don't know.
But it's probably like brand
couldn't-
name, designer name, handmade.
Yeah, why? Yeah, it's, I couldn't tell you how much a dress costs at like Salvation Army. So I don't think I'm like qualified to even answer any of these questions.
Of all the places to say Salvation Army.
I mean, that's to say that's where like things are the cheapest. Like I don't know, $15. Is that too much? Is that not enough? What is the baseline cost here?
I probably wouldn't buy a dress for $15 at a Salvation Army.
What if it looks good?
Wow, too loud.
Okay. How about
Holy
now?
crap.
Better.
Does it sound like garbage or is it passable?
Passable.
Okay, that's good.
If it, I guess if it looked good, but it's just like, I don't know. I guess so. I guess I would have to see what the original cost was before I decide. If I saw that dress for 15, then heck yeah, I'm getting that.
Okay, okay, this guy's been joining and he joined and leave our Discord server 3 times today. So
Wasn't me.
I'm just gonna ban him because it's stupid.
Also, I added Birdemic. That was Cynthia's decision. I know we were trying to stray away from like disaster movies, but she says it's pretty good.
Is that a role that we're doing?
Well, that's what we did because of like avalanche sharks and like Sharknado.
Well, see, I don't care about disaster. Is that what disaster movies fall under? Because my thing is like disaster movies are like okay. It's just the cheesy sci-fi is really which happen to be a lot of them are disaster movies. But to me, are they? I feel like they're not mutually inclusive necessarily. Is Birdemic one of those?
Well, it's like about giant birds attacking.
But that could be fine as long as it's not like I don't even know how to explain it. It's fine.
That's the thing. I never know if these like movies are serious or not.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It's got to be made with a serious intent and be a bad movie. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, there's like The Day After Tomorrow was not a joke movie, or like, you know, it's just not a very good one. But
what if Sharknado was serious? What if like everyone's just like, oh no, it was a big old joke, and he's like, yeah, it is a big joke.
Yeah, just like The Room. But that might be what makes it good. But definitely the sequels are obviously like very self-aware, and that's not funny.
Hold up, are they space vampires? Would you call them space vampires? Because they're like harvesting human.
Is
soup?
that the quote resource?
Yeah.
Oh, but.
Whoa, but.
It's like part of a blood. Calm down, boys.
It was at least.
Oh no, that's a full butt. That's a full butt.
I was like, it's at least 3/4 of a butt.
It's a bum.
Oh, is that like instant hair dryer? What? Let me get one of those.
Oh wow, instant dress.
Mm-hmm.
It's like instant ramen, but for your body.
For everything. Because that's to me is the worst part about taking a shower is being like damp afterwards. I hate that.
What if they built like a full body Dyson hand
That's what I would
body
love
thing?
that.
Or like-
I would love that.
You know when you go to like the car wash at the gas stations
Yeah.
and the thing just goes
I want
over?
you to turn off the shower handle and then immediately be like blasted dry and be like,
And
done.
as you're walking through it, you have to brake because you know that it's not going to do it evenly. And then the counter goes down there, and then you miscalculate it, and you go, oh shoot, and then you have to go drive on the freeway for a bit to dry off your car.
I was at this gas station that had like after the fans had like this flappy like wheel made of cotton rags or whatever, just to get all the extra water.
That's pretty good.
Like you just drove through it?
Yeah, like it just goes over the whole car and just like
Oh, that's
flaps
pretty good.
a bunch of like rags.
I like how they're trying to solve it. these
did.
upgrades to these machines.
It did a pretty good job.
That's good to know. Well, here comes Channing Tatum just skating on in. What if he's just like actually like the equivalent of like a Bam Margera type person?
Here's
He's just like
what's-
skating
like a
on in.
badass.
Here's what I find annoying about this movie. Channing Tatum is literally doing the same thing the entire movie. Skate in, use a shield, punch them. Skate in, use a shield, punch them. It's the same. Stop him! He keeps skating in, using a shield, and punching everyone. We'll do something different. I don't know how do you counter skating in, using a shield, and punching? I can't. You fight him.
I don't know if that's so much of a movie problem or if it's a Channing Tatum problem, but you leave him alone.
No, it's a movie problem. I'm just like, it's just so like, normally like James Bond. He never uses the same like gadget twice, because actually that annoys me to hell, because it's like, this pen could dispense. I'm going to use it once and throw it away, but it has infinite. No, I'm just going to use it once and throw it away. But like in this movie, it's like the opposite. It's like, I'm going to use my trusty skate shoes and my trusty shield, and I need nothing else. But what about a better weapon? Nope. I'm going to skate shoes and shield the entire way.
What if Channing Tatum was just like a real big fan of like inline skating?
I think that's what it is. I'm saying he's a big loser to them. They're all like, I can't believe you have those skate shoes. How embarrassing. He's like, no, I love
It's like
it.
they're vintage.
Those are Heelys.
I go to the beach. I skate down Jupiter.
Beach.
Go to the beach on Jupiter. And I skate down the beach watch.
Did you ever see those kids that had like the soap shoes?
Yeah,
Soap
soap shoes.
It's like these big skate shoes, but in the mid part, like where your arch would be, it's got like this big, heavy, solid plastic thing, so you can like slide on rails and do like tricks.
I had the crossover skate and Heelys shoes.
Oh,
Yeah. And there's a crazy
skater
article
boy?
about the guy who was professionally sponsored by Soap Shoes, and he was super young. He was like 16 or something like that, and he was sponsored for them, and he like made all this money and like would just like he was just living it up. He was just a punk kid, and all this money like I think like girls and drugs and all that because it was just like it was
His
like
name was Jared.
that's right. You got
Whatever happened to
him? I don't know. It's a really interesting story. It's pretty funny because he's just like, give a kid money and he's really good at this sport thing and impresses everyone. And it's the 90s and he's just going to go crazy.
So all of
Yeah, it
pro
happens.
skating. I want that cape thing.
What the one that the guys? What who?
Yeah, the one that Newt Scamander's wearing. It's like arm cape thing.
I don't.
So I haven't seen this movie because I had mic troubles for like a long time. How is it?
Bad. Pretty but bad. It's pretty.
Not good, bad.
It's
It's
visually
very
good.
pretty.
Did you say
Channing
better than
Tatum's very
Valarian
pretty.
for
I mean, it's very
visuals?
pretty.
Or
I like the visuals. I'm enjoying what I'm looking at, but I don't know. It's a lot of. So far, there was like a 30-minute talking scene about bees, where they just discuss bees. Back
from
and
what I've
forth.
seen, I think Valarian is better.
Oh yeah,
Valarian
for sure.
is probably better in
Oh,
terms
that's
of.
the next film. We haven't seen it yet. Actually,
You don't
can't
know
talk
that.
about the future.
You don't know that. You don't know it's going to be the next
Welcome
one.
back, Dimbles.
I think Valarian is the next one in the podcast schedule,
It's tied with two other one.
right? Oh, let me go on the Reddit.
Yeah.
I think this also has the issue of miscasting.
Yeah, they're both. I don't like. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like when I see her, I'm like,
Like
She
Mila
doesn't-
Kunis or
yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them, though. They're both not sci-fi movie people.
I mean, they have to break in, somehow.
No, but
Yeah,
they're not.
the issue
though.
is I just see her as Meg or
But also,
Jackie.
but it's
Yeah.
like they could break. They're trying to break into sci-fi. No, you can play any other genre. You're not. I'm not saying you're typecast, but you're not for this one. You can play any other. Do another genre. Try again. Channing Tatum with the stupid ears. I hate it so
What
much.
if that's his ears are really old
Yeah,
and
he's-
this is the movie that he gets to be himself?
In the other movies, they're all like 3D, like rendered out. These are my real ears.
Oof, someone's honking outside. How do you think he will do as Gambit? I like Channing Tatum a lot. I'll watch anything that he's in, to be honest. He's not good at accents though, so I don't so I wouldn't expect like that Creole accent. They should probably just cast someone from Louisiana. But also he has a lot of heart. I think he enjoys what he
Is
does.
he culturally appropriating the South?
I think it's probably gonna be an issue like that once that comes out. I do believe that'll be an issue.
Oh yeah, Channing Tatum's playing Gambit. Is that what you're talking about?
That was like the last.
Yeah, it's the same. It's
They
like
need a real Creole. Come on.
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Man, if he pulls it off, amazing. But like, it's this.
But
I feel like
don't
it's
have any
this.
faith.
Yeah, I feel like it's what I'm looking at right now. It's like this is also a sci-fi, not sci-fi, like a fantasy role, and he's not great. And unless he's funny, unless he plays his 22 Jump Street character, kind of, but like with magic cards, I could see that.
I imagine.
Like,
My
that
name
could-
is Jeff.
Yeah, he's like really sarcastic and silly. I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Gambit. Maybe people won't like that version of the character. Gambit sassy? Maybe.
Remember the Gambit in the animated X-Men? That was like the best one ever.
Yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
That was so good. Why don't they just make a movie of that?
I don't know. I
Dang
think they
Fox,
tried.
get on it.
Gambit is sassy, but Channing Tatum is really good at playing dumb characters.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I-
saying. Like, he has to be really silly.
Remember the firework girl who could like shoot fireworks?
Jubilee?
Yeah, they had like the best X-Men in the animated version.
Yeah. I remember their toad was really nasty looking.
Oh yeah, I mean the way it should be, right?
Yeah. But then in the movie, he was just like he looked like an okay bloke.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Fox X-Men movies, they're good, but they're not like animated
great.
X-Men quality.
And they're not like Marvel level either.
I'll watch them, but
True. I enjoy for the First Class, like
There's
that,
criticism.
those eras, like Age of Apocalypse or whatever it's called. I enjoy those a lot, but because I watch them with specific people, that make it really fun. But
I will say that the Quicksilver in the Fox version is better than the Marvel version.
I do agree. But just because there's like more to
He's like
him.
more stylistic and like actually like he's got a character and a persona, whereas in the Avengers version, it's just like this guy who dies. Like,
I think because like the timing or like because the setting, because it's like in the, what is it, 90s? No, 80s?
they're like in the it was 80s in the X-Men version.
Yeah, so I think it just allows for that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm pretty sure they killed Quicksilver off in Age of Ultron because of legal issues. But now that Disney owns Fox, who knows? Because there is a comic arc
how
where
on him like alternate universe.
no, well, there
they
is a
do it?
comic arc because of Scarlet Witch's powers that aren't discussed in the movies. She actually brings him back to life.
But it's like the Fox version, not the Avengers version.
I have no idea what they're gonna do.
They have to do something. I mean, come on. I feel like the audience would accept it because he's obviously the better Quicksilver. But I don't know. There's some people that be like, but it messes up the universe. You can't do that.
So here's my idea. So when they bring everyone back from Thanos, they do a thing and they're like, we're undoing it, and then it's like, and Quicksilver is here too. But then, oh no, you're all deformed and messed up. You don't look like the Quicksilver, my brother Quicksilver. No, but it really is me. Oh, all right. Guess we'll just have to get used to how you look now, and then it's the other one, the end fixed. And that all happens with the first 15 minutes of the next Avengers movie.
That'd be cool if they get it all like make it all weird and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool if they with the universe is different now. But you know what? I absolutely hate that in storytelling. What was it? Eureka did that, and even though I love Eureka, freaking they do that like early in like season 3, and it like from then on, the show's so hard to follow. Red versus Blue did that back when I was watching it. They did like a time loop thing, and like actually that's when I stopped watching because it got really confusing. It's like anytime you do a time thing that's not a paradox, it gets so confusing and hard to follow from a storytelling perspective. I will, like, if I'm ever in charge of any kind of filming thing, I'll be like, no time travel, time travel. I hate it.
Yes.
Unless you're doing
agree.
a paradox loop, then it's okay because then nothing actually changes. But then your story's stupid though because you already know the ending from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it really, really depends because I hate that too because I stopped or I didn't really like. So Young Justice 1 happened and I really loved the Young Justice show. And then the second season happened and then there's a time skip. It's not necessarily like a weird time, like go back in time thing, but I hate like time stuff.
Yeah,
For the same reason.
It's hard to, unless you're making a movie about time travel for the sake of it being confusing,
like
or
Project Almanac.
Or really really awesomely oh man, what was the movie?
Primer?
No, it's relatively newer. It's one of the newer ones. It's like the guy's investigating a bomber, and he goes back in time.
With Gyllenhaal and everything.
I think that's
The
it.
train one?
But that was
not that
time
one.
travel. It was like some quantum simulation BS.
No. Oh no, sorry, not that one. Not that one. That one was meh. No, it's a different one. More recent than that. Like way more recent than that.
Oh, okay.
Predestination. That one's really good in terms of time travel.
Primer good or no?
No, it's more
Because
for
Primer. It's like
it's
perfect.
it's accessible for everyone. I mean, it's like it's not
'cause Primer,
confusing.
it doesn't make sense once you like look at the graph.
No,
and you're like,
Primer's-
okay, makes sense.
So Primer's supposed to be confusing on its own, but that's what I'm saying. Like those things work because they're isolated instances. But TV shows that do it, it's garbage. It's so garbage. Because like I love Eureka, but like if you watch the episodes out of order, because here's the thing. I love Stargate because you could just watch any episode. And that's the thing. For years, I watched it without watching them in order, and it wasn't until like relatively recently, like 2015, where I'm like, I'm going to watch all of it in order. Took me over a year, by the way, to get through every episode. And it's like, it makes so much more sense now. But you could totally watch Stargate, just random episodes, and for the most part, you could just kind of fill in as you go. Every episode you see randomly, eventually you start filling in more knowledge, but you could just totally do it. Eureka, you can't really do that because you're like, wasn't he dating her? Oh, what? Who's that kid? What's going on here? Because if you watch them randomly, you'll get some episodes from before the time rewrite, and it just messes. It's so stupid. It's a dumb thing to do. And then there's a guy there, but then that guy dies, so it's really confusing because a third of the episodes is before the time where the guy didn't happen. A third of the episodes is when the guy existed, and a third of the episodes is after the guy dies, after the time rewrite. It's so hard to keep track of what's going on. So it's a little annoying. Even as someone who watched like Eureka twice, I still am like, wait, who's mad at who? Who's that? You have to keep track of two universes in your mind. It's annoying.
Sean Bean, traitor.
Oh, no.
But I think the argument is that like with these time travel shows, you have to like have this suspension of disbelief, like just go with it, don't question it too much.
Yeah. Also, you have to like. But the other thing too is they really actually have to. You have to pick which version of time travel you're gonna like laws you're gonna do, and you have to stick to it. I think I remember there was a show where they're like, it's a paradox, but no, we could break out of the paradox. Like, no, you gotta pick which one you're doing.
I hate when shows break the rules and just because like their love made it work or something.
I will say though, I did type in Quicksilver Avengers 4, and there is a rumor that because there's going to be a lot of time travel stuff, that the Marvel Quicksilver might make a return.
He's okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, I like him a lot as a character. He's just not funny like the other one.
Yeah,
the other one is funny.
he is
That's
He doesn't have
like
like that style and that swagger.
Yeah, he just
'cause
is.
He's a kid that's got war torn and stuff. It's just like completely different.
Yeah, because the Fox Quicksilver was funny. This guy was just like a guy with powers. And it's like, makes sense.
Was Quicksilver like European or Russian or whatever?
He was.
Or they changed it for Avengers?
Oh, he's like Romani in the comic, but in the movie, he's from the floating planet that crashed down. Or the floating planet, the floating...
Like Sokovia or something?
Yeah, Sokovia.
And I think that's technically supposed to be like based off of Romania or something.
Yeah, but they always change stuff like that so they don't offend people, but then they still offend people. I
don't know. It was okay, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron is my least favorite Marvel
What's
movie.
funny is in that movie there actually is a Romanian actor in there who's playing an American who's playing like I forget who it was.
Dimple says she feels that the Fox Quicksilver is used as a one tick pony? One tick pony? That pony just has one tick.
And it's done.
Not really. But
yeah,
can we
I think
talk about...
Go
ahead.
What do you want to talk about?
Shazam.
I'm like so excited. I'm so excited.
Good.
I love Billy Batson. I love Billy Batson, you guys. I'm so excited for Shazam. Is that what you want to talk about? Recipes? Go ahead. Talk about recipes.
I don't know. I'm not... from the trailers I saw, I'm not that excited.
What? I think it captures the hero so well based on that trailer. Because I don't know.
I don't know anything about the character. It seems like a funny movie. Like
so
it's
Billy
silly.
Batson
Like
is like a good kid who he gets like powers from like
space.
the Shazam gods or whatever his name is, and then he goes Shazam, and then he turns into a hero. So he does like superhero things, and like he'll like join like the Justice League or whatever, but no one else knows that he's a kid, so he like still has like little kid tendencies, and everyone's just like, what the heck are you talking about? He's just like, oh yeah, sleepover. What?
It's funny.
So it's like stuff like that. I think Harley Quinn knows that he's a kid.
I think the one thing like that I saw and I was a little bit like, yeah, that is weird. Someone on Twitter was like, from the trailer, it was dumb though, because like all he did was like stand up to a bully, and therefore like the Shazam person, I don't know what is it, an entity? I don't know what it's called.
He's like
picked him, whatever. But it's like yeah, that doesn't seem like enough to justify. Like I have a feeling that that's just the trailer editing, and there's a little bit more to it than that. But from the trailer, it was just like, don't pick on him. You are worthy. It was just like the most minor. Like, oh, cool. Like
maybe it's a Steve Rogers thing where he's like, he has a good heart.
yeah,
he
you
does
could tell that but it's just like you should have to display that more. It's like, oh, someone just threw the trash on the floor. Let me put this away. You are worthy. Like, you like, let me help you cross the street. Worthy. Like, and there was some other like little things where it's like, yeah, but I think that's just editing of the trailer, going through the motions really fast. And
I
even
want
then,
to say it was like a weird, like, oh, wrong place, wrong time. I inherited the power thing,
Yeah,
but I think
maybe.
we think of a different here.
either way,
happens a lot.
it seems like they're taking that approach where like, let's have a light, fun movie and not care, and like let's just make it silly and funny, and that's what it
Yeah.
looks like it's going to be, and hopefully that's fine, you know.
Because if they try to make Shazam dark, then that's not Shazam. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of like Fantastic Four, where it's like Fantastic Four is it's like family oriented and like, you know, kind of like that whole like more lighthearted type stuff, and then Fantastic Four try to make it all dark, and you're like, this isn't what it's supposed to be, and that's why it
that's
feels
like a
bad.
really weird version. It was kind of cool. We did that on episode whatever, but
It
yeah,
was
definitely it wasn't
fun
like
watching it with you guys.
Yeah, it's like let's not don't make a sequel to that. Oh wait, I just heard he said it comes from people. So
Wait, what does?
the blue.
The soup. We saw there's a scene where they were.
Oh my gosh! So those tubes are in hexagon shapes, like bee honeycombs. So is it like
yeah, they're, like,
bees are like the
It's a hive mind.
honey version of these species that she's a queen of? Wait, why is she? Wait, was it dad an alien? I'm so confused by all this.
Yeah, me too.
That
What?
meant that's
Her dad is from
Jupiter, right?
Because I think when they like colonized all the planets like Earth and stuff like that, it included like there's a lot of like non-Earth people on Earth.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only thing that makes sense is like she has to be half alien, right? And it had to be her dad or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so there was like a scene where there's like a bunch of bodies in like these tubes, and they were getting like all like stuff taken out of them, and that's the soup. That's the human soup that they bathe in, and then they dry real
Ew.
fast.
So he was like, "This is from humans," and she drops it on the floor, which is essentially making someone who died even like this is
Yeah, it's
someone's
like-
body. Oh, now it's wasted even more. Like
It's like when they were like, "Don't waste your food,"
yeah.
and then she did. But he
They
wants to
recycle,
marry
right?
her. I don't think do they recycle? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Because like you're saying, like they're eating the human soup or something from the dead people.
No, they bathe in it.
To live
Oh,
forever? Is it
okay,
is it
okay.
to live forever or something like that?
Yeah.
Like a Lazarus pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How frequent do they have to do that? Gosh, her ears.
What if it was like daily?
I don't think it's daily, but we saw at the beginning Eddie Redmayne's character look all nasty and old. So they probably like age, and then they take a shower, and then they're fine.
if they have to do it every like I don't know 10 years, it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to. Why does the guy in the back have like a ball gag in his mouth?
Right?
Like the costumes are good. The character like designs are bad in this movie. That's what I feel like. It's like, wow, they're wearing really cool clothes. Oh, why they look stupid? Why is Channing Tatum's ears?
Aliens.
The ears. Yeah, I like
You're
how like
offending all of our alien listeners.
Sensibility.
yeah, like they're aliens. Give them big ears. That's like the only thing they did.
I always wonder, like, when they're making these bad movies, do they know they're bad, or they're like, "Oh, this is gonna
No,
be."
they think it's gonna be real good. It's not bad on purpose.
I think a lot of the movies we watch are good on purpose, trying to be good. Like
But,
this
like,
one, I don't think they know.
They have like they have nightlies that like they'll like watch the scenes and everything. Like, yeah, it's a good scene. But
Yeah,
I think that was bad.
Nightlies.
I do wonder, at what point do
That's
they
not the correct
know?
term.
What point does a movie know it's bad? And I guess I would imagine it varies per movie. But is it?
I
Are
hear
there
it
somewhere
depends-
like they
It
don't like?
depends a lot on
Oh,
the editing too.
yeah, but as I'm saying, like if they're watching
Yeah.
like editing or cuts or whatever, is there a point where they're like, yeah, it's good, and it's only until after it releases they're like, no, it was so good until no, you guys don't like it, or is it like halfway into the movie? Halfway into shooting, is there ever a point
I
where
think-
they're shooting? They're like, oh, we
Is
should.
it like a sunken cost where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we've gone so far, we have to make this now?
I think you're under contract that you have to produce something. I don't think.
So from what I understand, how like movies work or movie studios work is that they just need the one one movie to do really well, that gives them the opportunity to just mess around with other movies throughout the year. So,
but my logic is that's all wasted money. Then why not make all your movies good?
Because the writers and the directors, they're doing something like creative and artistic.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? They're telling their story rather than, oh, I'm trying to make this a profit thing.
Also, I'm sure to some degree it's also like this is a machine and they need to make movies. They can't not make movies regardless. Like people have jobs that they need to hire these people. Otherwise, they'll just go and work in a different industry, you know? So at some point, it's like there has to be a movie constantly being made. And it's probably like, oh, we made the one Marvel movie. Just pull the next movie off the stack. Oh, this one's probably good enough. Oh, it didn't do good. Next movie. Oh, this one did great. Everyone loves it. All right, next movie. Oh, this one's whatever. Next movie. Like this one was terrible. Next movie. Otherwise, because they just have to keep the machine going.
And then what also happens is like a director will make like really good movies, and he'll just get a blank check to make whatever.
Yeah.
And the next one might be not good because he's just like phoning it home.
James Cameron.
But you know something, when you watch this movie, you know this is something that would do real well in like China or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in China they just like visuals
and Americans. It's an American. It's a great movie.
But also, I heard in China like they have to, if you put like a famous Chinese actor, everyone will love it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's why like Transformers has like a lot of like Chinese imagery and stuff like that, because they knew a lot of their money was coming from foreign box office instead of like domestic ones. They know it's not going to do well here, but if they're going to make money, they're going to try to like please.
Well, that's like Warcraft made like all of its money just from China. But also, you know, we're probably spoiled too. We're like, isn't it something like 80% of movies come out are produced in America? So yeah, if you put in a Chinese actor, they're like, there's a guy with him. He's in a movie. We don't get many of those over here.
Yeah, like probably like U.S. quality movies are like way better than like other. I think the only other country that produces more movies is India with all their Bollywood movies.
I was actually reading an article today where this guy, he's like, I take apart like camera lenses to like learn more about them. He's like a PhD guy because he's like, well, I didn't even realize this. I didn't even think about it. He's like, oh, most countries don't have the technology to make camera lenses. And so he's like, I live in, I think he's like in Iran or something. No, I don't remember what country it was, but something like Iran or something like that. He's like, yeah, I'm studying camera lenses. I take them apart to look at them because we're trying to get the technology to be able to produce them. It's not like a hidden secret, I don't think. It's just camera lenses are lenses are so sensitive and require so much tooling and so many steps that in order to produce a factory
countries that make decent ones are, there's Germany with Leica.
Yeah.
There's Japan, America. And to a certain extent, like Russia can make some decent ones, but not. They're like really cheap though.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Okay. It's like I was like that. You're right, huh? That's like crazy. Like the cameras have been out for so long, but the technology is still like kind of unobtainable.
But like with optics,
is that the new vibranium?
With optics, it's not like a black arts thing. It's use the formulas with like the the glass and how it diffracts and everything, and you just make a lens with it.
That's why I was impressed though. It's not a hidden. It's not like the closely guarded secret. Like I know how to make a lens for a telescope, and you just do that a bunch of times and combine a bunch of different style of those kind of lenses together to make like a camera lens. But it's like, oh, all those steps and those factories needed, like it's just out of reach for some countries. So I thought that was crazy. So I forgot what we were talking about, but that was something about movies,
like directors and their movies that they
so it's probably the same thing for countries to make movies though. It's the same idea. Instead of the machinery, it's people and industry to support, this kind of a frivolous luxury good where it's like, we're going to make a movie. No, we need food.
What do you know? Thing is like with movies, it's so cheap now. Like the cameras are super cheap and
that's what
could be that bad.
We're probably like so spoiled where we think it's a bad movie, but we're like everyone else is like, this is amazing.
But like they don't even have the budgets to come up with anything close to this.
Yeah,
with China, it's like they only have like a certain amount of movies that they get released from America. So if there's only 5, you're gonna watch those 5. And that's all you know.
But I would say on the other hand, it's not probably about the budget. It's probably more about just the industry existing and people in the profession, editors, 3D, like colorists and like 3D animator people. Because literally you can in today's world, you have access to the exact same equipment that most of these movie theaters have, and you could produce, if you really spent the time, you could produce a movie that's as good of any movie that's on the market. The problem is it would take you, like, they produce movies in like 3 months. It would take you like 5 years to do all like the editing and the effects all by yourself. It would take you so long, but you have access to the same programs and the same hardware. So many movies are just shot, like, I mean, most like really, really good movies are shot on Red cameras, which are expensive, but you could produce a just as good quality movie with like a Canon T3 or Canon Mark V. You know, like that is a professional production quality camera. And then they use After Effects and Premiere Pro. Like that's a lot of, and then for like a lot of effects, Cinemark 3D Max or whatever. Then you know, there you go. Like that's all the tools that you could get your hands on those if you really wanted to.
It's very accessible.
Yeah.
It's the talent, skill, and infrastructure to support all those people that own those jobs that most countries probably lack.
I think the other thing you said was like anyone who wants to be an editor or a camera guy or whatever, they're going to go to like Hollywood. They're not going to go stay in like a little country.
Where's the best place to learn? Well, there's probably the film school in LA. They move here and then they just work here instead of moving back to their country. So yeah, it's probably that too.
I will say that I really
it's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, we kind of monopolize it.
This movie is like super like visually like really, really pretty, but then like also like her, like specifically Mila Kunis's like costumes and stuff like that are really good.
Yeah, it's the visuals are like that's why I was like, when I saw the trailer I was like, cool, I can't wait to see that movie. And then like it came out and I don't really see movies, and I didn't really see that many movies in theaters until Movie Pass. But then it came out and everyone's like, it's bad, and I'm like, why? And then even like we tweeted out on the Buffer Buddies Twitter account like a GIF from this movie, and then Fava, you were like, wow, it looks so pretty. But like I knew like that was exactly I was like, wow, that GIF's so pretty, and it has like a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is like the best.
I feel like this movie, it's like imagine a chef took like all these like really good ingredients, and then just threw them into like a big bowl and just cooked it, like, you know,
it's one of those
muddled.
It has the Life is Strange problem, where it's like the concepts are really cool, but like the dialogue is not, and it kind of ruins a lot of it.
But yeah, like it's an idea. It's like, I like chicken. I also like marshmallows. Marshmallow chicken, right, guys? And then it's like not good. It's like top level actor.
It'd be good.
Yeah, it's like top level actors. Throw those guys in there. Oh man, all these effects. Throw those in there. All these dresses and costume design. Throw those in there. And what's hot right now? Sci-fi love story. Throw that in there. All right, what did we make? Oh gosh.
But then again, we have to remember that like ultimately, it's like the writers and the directors who have like a specific story or vision that they want to tell and stuff like that, rather than thinking like, oh, someone's gonna like sci-fi and romance, you know, like it just happens to be like a sci-fi romance more. Like,
what's funny is like, so this movie was directed by the Wachowskis, and they're pretty good, but like what went wrong here?
They did The Matrix.
Yeah,
that's it.
They made other stuff. They made a V for Vendetta and I think Speed Racer.
They did do Speed Racer, and Speed Racer is a very good movie, but also Speed Racer.
It has issues, you know.
The only one that like everyone remembers is The Matrix, and I'm pretty sure only the first one of the three.
But why was The Matrix so good, but everything else is kind of meh from them?
But can you watch The Matrix now and still like it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Does it hold up?
It's the plot that's really good. And the actors.
The only thing that doesn't hold up is the payphone thing. Because that's like, we gotta find a payphone and get out. Well, you're screwed. In today's world, you'd be screwed. You know, it's that's the only thing that doesn't work. Everything else actually is still like, we're still in a simulation. Like that still is like actually quote proven or whatever, like whatever that was about a few years ago.
I think maybe the problem is like the first Matrix was like really awesome because they were hungry for like the fame and everything.
The sequels are terrible. There's no those aren't those
after
don't.
The first Matrix is just they fell apart. I feel.
Yeah, it honestly was like one of those things where like it didn't need it. It kind of didn't need it, you know.
Like 2 was okay, but 3 ruined it.
Yeah.
Jupiter Ascending had a budget of 176 million. They made 47 million domestic, 136 million foreign, so a total of 183 million. So they they beat, like, they didn't break even, but still, like, not very good, I guess.
Well, on Wikipedia it says the budget was 176, but the box office combined 184.
Yeah, I mean, rounding up.
So I mean, they didn't lose money. They kind of broke even.
Yeah, but that's not
slightly.
that's like that's
Not a very
not
profit margin.
good.
Like they should at least double their money.
Yeah, like it's not bad, but it's not good.
I mean, at least they didn't lose money. They're in the black.
I guess I did watch this movie when it came out in theaters. Though.
When you saw it in the theater, were you like, or like, eh?
When I walked out, I was like, "That was sure a movie."
Like,
It was edited film, pre-recorded footage. It was that.
Channing Tatum was in it. That's the thing. I was like, I'm watching Channing Tatum. I walked out. I was like, well, I saw Channing Tatum.
What'd you guys think of the new Deadpool?
I liked it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I feel like the first one was better, but the second one wasn't horrible.
To me, it's so hard to
issues.
judge sequels because it's like, yeah, you went in with fresh eyes on the second one. So I have a hard time separating it. To me, it was like the first one was better or on par. It was like, it was like, is good enough. I wasn't mad at it, like I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. That's kind of how I feel
Kind of like
about
Hangover movies, where it's like Hangover 2 is exactly like Hangover 1,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just a different setting. If you like Hangover 1, you should like Hangover 2, even though it is the same,
I couldn't break it down enough to be like, oh, the first one was better because XYZ. Like, I guess this was a little bit less silly in some aspects. It was fine. I liked it.
It's kind of like Kingsman 1 and Kingsman 2. Kingsman 1 is like real good because it was a fresh idea. Kingsman 2 had the same formula, but it just because we were expecting,
Yeah.
we know what to expect. So the surprise and stuff like that's not.
I think it's also because like they get complacent. Like, okay, guys, we're gonna make money no matter what. Even if it's like a B movie, people will still watch it because the first one was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just realized, what is Channing Tatum's like role in this movie? Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Is he saving her somehow? Is she, like
He's like an ex-soldier.
I can't
or
actually.
something like that?
That's my problem. Is I don't understand what the conflict of this movie is. What's trying to be resolved here?
God, is so muddled.
I think so. I know they were trying to marry.
It's like a forced marriage, is what I'm guessing, and she doesn't want to marry them.
And he's a ex-soldier guy.
So he was like, but that's my thing. So he just showed up and saved her from that initial get-go. Like, what made him do that, and like, why did he know that she was gonna be attacked? Like, that's where I'm kind of like, what? Wait, who's this guy? What is he doing?
I think. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I can't even make up an answer.
I hate to say this, but I think Valarian's better, and that's not saying much.
You can't. You don't hate to say this because you said it before.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like I think it's pretty clearly. I think it's way better. I think it's pretty obviously better than this movie. I don't think there's much room for debate there.
Well, also Valarian came out like recently.
A
this movie
couple
came
years
out
after.
a couple years ago.
I mean, it's not that long ago. It's only 2015.
Yeah, but like you're acting like they came out at the same time.
Well, I never saw this when it came out, so.
So to him, it came out today.
Yeah. And I mean, the
It should be
visuals
as
still
good as
look
any movie
modern.
today.
It's
I'm
not
watching
that
it
old.
right now.
It is like comparing Star Wars to Star Trek. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's like there's similar themes and stuff like that, but ultimately it's pretty different.
But I feel like this movie and Valarian, they have like similar visual effects. This movie just like uses it too much, whereas Valarian, it's like just the right amount of visuals.
No, I think the opposite.
You think? Really?
Yeah, I just think the Valarian, the story is just a little bit more simpler,
Yeah.
and so therefore easier to follow. Like,
Simple isn't bad.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
it's
saying. Like,
actually
it's better. Like,
This had-
two space people found a thing that belongs to other people, and they want it back.
And they're on a
Versus,
journey.
And they're trying to get it back, and then they find out there's a secret hidden thing that's a cover up,
Yeah.
and they gotta do the whole. I gotta betray my thing. She figured out that I'm actually the enemy, and I'm her superior. Get her, kill her, and I'll cover up in a
Whereas
tragedy.
this
It's
one,
like, This
It's
is
like too many characters and plot lines,
and there's bees for some reason, and now they're on Jupiter.
Yeah, this
and
one's a
it's
bit
like,
more like symbolic or something.
Channing Tatum looks like he's on the Star Trek Enterprise right now. Just. See, I love these visuals though. I live for these visuals. This like reminds me of like WoW. You know, it's like this big. I love that stuff so much. And that's why I was like, that movie looks cool.
Yeah. It's the same thing for like Star Wars for me though, where it's just like a lot of like the political stuff in Star Wars, like I don't necessarily enjoy because there's just so much of it. But show me, spin a lightsaber for me, and I'll be happy.
That was the problem. Like, I think in the earlier ones, that was the thing. There was political stuff, but it was light, you know, and that's what made it interesting. It's like, yeah, they're killing each other, and that's interesting. But why? Well, actually, let me tell you, there is some. There's a civil war. Interesting. Moving on, back to the fighting, and then in the prequels, they're like, let's dive more into everyone open your textbooks.
Yeah, it was like
put down your
like
lightsabers, and you're like, what are you doing? We never asked for this.
There was an A list or A story, and then a B story and a C story. You know what I mean?
And
if
they
stuck
shuffled
to
it.
just like the whole like Anakin's descent thingy, and like kind of just like condensed or abridged like the political stuff that drove him that way, like sure, I like the moral stuff of Star Wars. I don't like the political stuff, but maybe
Trade
they do go hand in
Federation
hand.
and all that.
Yeah.
It's like, terrible.
But I know there's trying to craft a world and like stuff like that. But you know, the thing is though, Star Wars is fortunate enough to have like games and books and like you know, like cartoons and things like that where they can expand on that. So it's just like, why not just, I don't know, like simplify things and then expand things in other mediums.
Because my problem is like for the longest time I didn't know what the hell like Trade Federation meant. For a long, and I played the games, and like, we gotta attack the Trade Federation. I'm like, what is that though? Like, who are those? They're just, all I knew was like, they're the bad guys. I didn't understand like what that meant or what it was until I was like in high school, and then I understood kind of like, oh, it's like a company. It's almost like a union between companies, and they're standing up to the government. And it's like, oh, like they created they basically refused to make any shipments. It was like, what? Mm-hmm. It's all
we should go to war for that.
Yeah, it's very deep, and like you have to understand like that. I can't even say what is the galactic scale for geopolitical state? Like what geopolitical
but not geo.
Yeah, unipolitical.
Yeah, I think
like you have to understand like a theoretical, like, you know, political state where it's like all the companies decide not to like ship things across the ocean. What would that do to import and export? And it's like, okay, it's a little bit for me.
It's like, that's a cool story. Maybe you should add it into like a book.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Clancy should have wrote a Star Wars book.
Hey, here, let me tell you something about Tom Clancy, Jared.
What about him?
Tom Clancy was 66 when he wrote his last book, Command Authority. When he wrote his first book that was published in 1987, which was called The Hunt for Red October, that sold 33 million copies. He also produced 20 books, 5 of which became movies, and 12 of which became games.
Very good. Very good.
I read that like Tom Clancy's like a lazy writer because his books are too thick. Come on.
I read
like, weed him out.
I read 1 or 2 of them, and I really enjoyed his writing style. But I was also like in high school, so I mean, I also am not a person who reads a lot of books, so I may not be the best person to ask. But I thought
say he's very detail oriented. If you like that kind of thing,
that's what I liked. It was very like, and then he took the pistol out, and he was 50 meters away, a hard shot, like it'd be near.
Not talking, right?
That was weird. What happened to me? I got disconnected.
Yeah.
I was talking to no one for like so long.
movie. I'd go see that.
Battlestar Galactica movie. I've never seen that.
No, I'm saying that they should make one.
Oh, but I've never seen the show either.
Oh, it's a pretty good show.
Is it?
Test. Oh, okay. Am I back?
Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't happen.
back.
My
Did your connection die?
no, it was just like, I I don't even know. I got a message like, your audio settings changed. Would you like to reconfigure it? And I was like, oh,
that's the worst.
I was like talking to no one about Tom Clancy and Halo books.
Yeah, we missed all that.
And none of it got recorded of it. What?
Did you hear us?
No,
like,
no, I
saying,
couldn't
like,
hear
hey,
anything. I was talking so much, I didn't even realize I couldn't hear. Like, it's like I don't. It was almost like imagine like I pulled out a cable from the back of my computer, but I don't. But it was like it was like the virtual cable came unplugged. Something weird.
Was all of that recorded though?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, bean.
Yeah, just me rambling on like Travis. Just and then the people, the salsa people.
Do we want to either rewind, or do we want to like pause it, tell people where we're continuing, and then?
I think it should be okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I usually just edit around it. I'll just like
Okay.
it's you because last time you came in and we were like, I can't believe his name is Speed Racer, and it like didn't make any sense. So I just cut it off where it jumps to a new conversation anyways, and that's how I make flawless edits around these technical issues.
Hell yeah.
I guess if we don't really care about people syncing up to the movie and
That's
stuff like
that's probably an impossibility.
yeah, and people aren't gonna do it.
If someone does do it and these technical issues are messing you up, tweet at us, and I will try very hard to make sure that if you're trying to sync this up to the movie, I'll try to.
As best as we can.
Am I better?
Oh no, she dropped his iPad though. Why didn't she move though? Why didn't she move? Oh, that's pretty funny.
All right, I'm back. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're back. You missed a really intense moment.
I think I think I was hitting a button or something by accident.
You silly goose. What I was gonna say is that, you know how she was using his space iPad to like scan her arm to show that she's like actually something or whatever? I really wish that she pulled down her bottom lip and revealed on her gums instead that she was from Jupiter. I'm making a Black Panther reference right now.
Oh.
Did they have that in like a Schwarzenegger film, like The Seventh Day or something?
Probably. I don't know.
Like,
I think
there's
it's
clones, but the clones have like a yellow dot if you pull their eyelid down or something.
That's that's there's like that. I don't. It's you're right. There's that clone movie, and it's like that's how you know you're the originals. You don't have a dot, and every time you get cloned, you get another dot. I think.
No,
So-
not like
so
these
a
really cool
second
helicopters.
Wait, does the second clone have 2 dots?
I think so. I thought that's how it worked.
Oh, that's
I think it's
interesting.
called like The Seventh Day or something like that.
That might be. That sounds about right.
You know what's a really
Okay.
sad movie? I forgot what it's called, but it's about clones. But
Was that an Elephant Man?
It was also Elephant Man. It was about clones, and then these clones, when the original person had like failing organs, you would harvest
Sixth
it from
Day.
the clones.
Oh,
and then
like Shutter? No, it wasn't Shutter Island.
Wait,
It was what's his name? Jude Law, I think.
No. It was Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Keira Knightley, and the wife of one of the Mumfords and Sons guys. I think.
Jupiter.
Jupiter. Wow, look at him flip.
Wow, he did a single flip.
So cool. He did a really cool flip in the bee house.
Oh, did he?
He did. Never Let Me Go. Dimples is so good. That is the sad clone.
So I was thinking of the island where they have like the clones for organs.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Also,
It's basically House of Scorpions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't you describing House of Scorpions?
There's like a bunch of movies where like they use clone organs, I guess.
Yeah, it's. My thing is, I would love a House of Scorpion movie though, because in the way I read it, it was like so bleak. Like,
Yeah.
I just imagine the film all with like a sepia filter. Just
or
like,
the blue one, the blue.
or yeah, that, and it's just the kid. Honestly, sounds like he lives like a cushy life, but it sounds so boring too. Like. You could wander like 50 acres of this land. There's no other kids to play with. Anyways, you're gonna eat really good food and be kind of boring all the time. Like it's kind of like
Until
a
you
weird,
die.
like a bitter melancholy. Like yeah, and then
Bitter melon.
it'll be like a bitter melon.
I mean, can't you like go out and go places? Or...
Not really. No, because
you have to be safe so they can
Yeah.
harvest your innards.
nothing could happen to you. Also, like you're in this like post kind of like dystopian future too.
It's for like the king guy, right? Or
Yeah.
no, he's like a owner of the land or
He's a
something like that.
cartel leader.
Oh, there you go.
Guy.
Yeah.
Spoilers for the book. I mean, I think they explained it pretty early on in the book. It's an opium farm, and they have like, what are the people? They're like lobotomized people that are like slaves. It's something weird like that.
Don't remember a lot of that, but I just remember clones, and he wanted to run away with a girl he liked. Was that it?
It was something like that. That sounds about right. It might have been like the daughter or something like that.
But yeah, like Never Let Me Go. It was like, so the clones, they live normal lives until they harvested, but like the way the body works is like you could only harvest up to like 3 organs before like the body fails. So they just kind of like let the clones die as they harvest all the organs. But there is a chance that they won't harvest your organs if you find like true love or something like that. So like the 2 people try to like convince the other people that they're in love to like avoid being harvested, but like it didn't like work or something like that. And so like the last scene of this movie that I'm gonna go ahead and spoil because it's so sad that I don't want anyone to watch it is the girl watching like her best friend's lover dude get his last organ harvested.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's real sad.
That sounds a lot like The Lobster.
What?
The Lobster. We actually watched that post Buffer Buddies before we I don't know, like we usually do double features. I think that was before you were coming a lot, Tiffany. I think that was back when
I
it was
thought, I thought that was the same thing when she said that.
Oh, The Lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock Lobster?
Rock Lobster. With who's the guy from Her?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, it's Joaquin Phoenix. It's like a weird film.
And the dude from Step, what's his name? God, I can't think of his name.
John C. Reilly.
Yes.
Did we just become best friends?
But in that movie, they go.
He's the best.
It's illegal to be single, and so after you hit a certain age, then you're if you're not. If you don't have a partner.
In that case, I'm a criminal.
Yeah. You be sent to the hotel, and you have I don't know what the time. There's a time limit there to find a partner.
I think 1 week or 2 weeks.
I feel like it's longer than that. A month or something like that. But either way, your timer goes down, but every day they go out for a hunt for people who are living illegally single in the forest. If you catch one, then you get a day. So there's this one lady who's been there for a long time because she's the best hunter, and then but she's like a psychopath, and the guy goes he doesn't want to die. He only has a few days left, so he's like, I love you. And then she's like, I don't have any feelings. So he's just lying, just trying to get out of there. And then it all falls apart. It's basically the same thing.
What are the repercussions for just lying and having a big relationship?
You get turned
How
into.
do they know?
They won't until it's.
You get turned into a lobster?
So you get turned into an animal and you get to pick it, and he picked the lobster. And she's like, oh, unique. Most people pick dog. So there's in the beginning of the movie, his sister's I don't know, someone comes home and it's oh, that's Jeffrey. He's a dog now.
I heard a lobster is a good idea because they live forever. They just never die.
Yeah. Probably actually pretty smart. Colin
But do they
Farrell.
still have
Isn't that what we
the-
said? What did we say? I thought we said Colin Farrell. Isn't it the same guy in Her?
No, Joaquin Phoenix is what
Oh,
you
dang it. They look the same. That's right. They look
They're
exactly the
pretty
same.
different, though.
No, they're like clones of each other. One has a dot. One has a dot under his eyelid.
So, but do they have their same consciousness as an animal?
They don't really go that deep. Yes, I think,
Oh.
but they're like, bark, 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 so it's you're a dumb dog now.
I see.
But if you're a parrot, then you can talk or something.
Maybe. I think I think everything's limited though. I think your brain capacity, they shove your human brain into an animal-sized brain somehow. It's a stupid, quirky movie. They don't go into the details of what it's like to be an animal.
Let's say you had to be turned into an animal. What would you choose?
Cat. You just lay there all day and everyone loves you.
My thinking is you could choose a dog or cat, but you only have 12, 15 years to live as
Yeah,
as
whatever. I don't care. You're an animal. I don't want to be an animal to begin with.
But if you pick like a turtle, you can live for like 100 years.
100 years as an animal, though, and it's terrible.
I suppose.
Like, my thing is, like, I
Well,
want to
that's
live.
true. Like as a dog or cat, you get to live in a house.
Yeah, I'm going to live in a house, and I'm going to live it up, and I'm going to burn bright and die early or whatever. What is it called? The stars that burn the brightest burn
I'm
out.
going to be an
candles or
elephant
something.
seal.
You want to be an elephant?
An elephant seal.
Oh, an elephant seal. Why is that?
Just get to
'Cause I
lay
wanna be
around.
fat and
Lots of
fill up
ladies.
Yeah, but then
I'm
you
so
have to.
proud of my fat.
But you have to hold. I wouldn't want to be an animal that has the whole alpha male structure because.
And you have to fight other guys
yeah,
too.
if you're not the alpha male, man, sucks for you. And the
Tournament of
odds are you're not. Like, there's like, I mean, it's only one, right? I don't want the odds stacked against me.
All right, but what if you pick like a cat or dog, but they give you like a shitty cat, like you're like a sphinx cat, or like you're like a pug with like.
I don't think I would care which
species.
species I'm in. I would care more about where I end up. I hope I end up in a good house. Right? I feel like that's more important.
You know, these really abstract movies like Lobster or like what's another one? Like Mother, I think it was. Or they kind of make you feel bad.
Yeah.
You
They
ever watch,
definitely- the ending is so
Being John
stupid in The
Malkovich?
Lobster that makes me mad. Yeah, that one has a really weird, like, what the hell did I just watch? The ending sucks.
good, though.
It's
You
Yeah,
don't like John Malkovich?
I didn't like the ending. At the ending was like, I mean, like, no, it's like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's like, it sucks for, the character, you're like,
plot
oh,
story.
like, what?
Oh yeah, like it's sad or
yeah,
whatever.
you're like, that's garbage. It actually like was one of those like, oh man, like that messed me up, like kind of a thing where I was like,
Yeah.
no
But
way.
they never explain how that was working, but I don't think they needed to explain it.
It's the same thing
Which
with the
is
lobster. They
funny.
don't explain how they make people into animals. That's not
I
the
think
point
it's
of
like
the movie.
yeah.
But how do those movies do it where like you don't care how it works? You just like the movie.
Because they just
The
don't give you.
storytelling,
Because they
the
just
way it's
yeah, they just don't give you any information. You can't refute it or argue with it because they don't give you any information at all.
That's true. They don't. That's true, huh?
Channing Tatum's skating in space.
skating.
Why can't they
in
just have like a
space.
jetpack?
Oh, they just teleport from Jupiter to Earth?
They did episode 8 before episode 8 did episode 8.
I feel like most movies don't utilize ship teleportation as good as they could. Like in Battlestar Galactica, they had this
So good.
like this one scene where like they're in a space battle and they're like, "Oh, frack, we gotta get out of here!" Like, "Oh, what should we do?" Like, "Oh, we gotta get on the Earth or the planet." So they just like teleported the whole ship to the planet and just like free falled and then like teleported out or something.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff in that show.
They really utilized the teleportation like well.
What was the other one?
The other one.
There was something that I was like that too, where like, we're going to teleport 2 feet. And like, what? It's a minimum of like 1,000,000 light years. Like, we're going to do it anyways. And then they like jump, like, and it's like a hack.
Jumper.
Yeah, that might be it. This sounds like something. I don't know.
Hated that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Star Wars did that with like the ship ramming the other ship because it went into like, that's not teleportation though.
Ship ramming the other ship. Is that in the 7?
In Last Jedi,
Oh, in the beginning?
like near the end, I think where I forget what battle that was, but the lady's like, "Oh, I'll put this on a warp drive and just like smash the ship into the other ship to destroy it."
Oh, that's
'Cause they ran out of weapons.
no. I think in 7 they do a thing where like they ram
one
a
of
Star
those.
Destroyer into another Star Destroyer, and I was like, "Wait, cool." This.
Mhm.
I don't know. Wait, why is she
Wait,
cleaning
so-
toilets
so
again?
She's like a maid.
Well, I guess she blew up whatever she was a queen of. So I guess you got to go back to what you were doing before that.
Wait, was that just like a daydream or?
No, because she had the tattoo on her wrist.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know. This
And
movie's
it's
weird.
literally like you are a maid. You're part of a maid service, right? Someone tells you're a queen, and then your kingdom gets blown up. So you can't put that on your resume. You're back to like it's a zero sum
Like, you wouldn't
game.
take some gold coins or something before you blew up everything.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like you use that to like, oh no, I should be president of Apple now because I was
Yeah.
a queen.
It's like, I don't care about this telescope. I was actually
Oh
on
my
Jupiter.
gosh! Yeah, she's like, I don't need this. I actually have an alien telescope. Look at, I could see right onto Pluto. Look at, there's a guy walking around on there. Hey, Channing Tatum.
Can we take it up to the roof?
So happy.
I'm so sorry.
Where do you buy like a solid gold telescope?
I doubt it's solid gold. It'd be like $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's just spray paint, honestly. They just bought one of those white plastic ones from Target and they just spray painted it.
It's just a poster tube.
It's it's one of those. It's one of those like pirate like telescope things that like kids have though, where it's like you extend it and you're just looking down the tube and it doesn't actually zoom in anything.
And like the edges are all like blurry and like rainbowy because it's like bad optics.
Yeah, if it even has any at all.
Still trying to understand exactly what it means to myself.
Oh man, I just remembered this part, you guys.
Oh man, it looks like the green screen in the room. Like it's like they're on top of the building right now.
But they have
Where's
like
the money, Denny?
so many millions to do it right. Just go on top of a building and just do it correct.
It's just guerrilla style filming.
Remember those?
Film until you get kicked out.
Remember those like really crappy telescopes where like you put your eye to it and you can't see, so you back it up, but then you can't see. Like you have to get that sweet spot.
You
just right.
guys,
Those are the worst.
he's a soldier boy now. He has wings. He's a winged wolf boy.
Harvey Birdman.
Is this cool?
Oh, so this was all those images I saw on the internet with he had wings, and I saw like a bunch of the like before it was finished with like wires and stuff like that. It was really funny. But I couldn't understand. I was like, I thought this was a space movie. Why is he have bird wings?
I think he got them removed because he was like demoted, and now he got them back. I think that's the thing. But you know how I was like, oh, this is basically like a 2002 a deviant art person's.
Oh,
like,
he gave her his skating shoes.
he doesn't need them anymore. He has wings.
What did they like? People
don't-
notice them flying.
Wings don't work inside. Sorry, you were saying it's a deviant art movie.
Like it's like someone's like fanfic. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make this wolf boy. I'm gonna give him wings.
It was
Yeah.
Tina Belcher.
He's kind of like a Gryffindor, but he's my own creation.
Yeah.
Gosh. I can't imagine what is her name? Mila Kunis on like hover shoes, like skateboarding to the sky. It's like she just doesn't come off as like athletic to me. Look at my sick tricks.
I thought the Mission Impossible theme was playing.
As Tony Wolf's pro skater, because Tony Hawk, but Tony Wolf.
Oh,
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
That's actually really good.
I'm gonna take that because I did write my rating down.
Or what about Tony Hawkman or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I don't know what to say. This is a weird episode. Sorry, my microphone kept getting disconnected, so there's a few blips and bloops in this episode.
Me too. I had audio issues.
Yeah, I'll try to edit the weird disconnection so you guys don't notice, but I did have a few of those disconnections. Working on getting that solved. I was doing some research. It's like some weird software issue with how we record these. But thank you for listening. If you're new to this because of Podbean and all that, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for checking us out, giving us a shot. Like I said, this is an unscripted, kind of on the spot, improv, raw.
As you can tell,
podcast. It's just a recording of us watching movies as if you would with your friends on a. You know how you have movie nights and you record them so you can watch them later. It's basically that. We kind of thought it was
friends.
Yeah, these are weird friends. This is it. Buffer buddies. You guys are more than welcome to join in our live recordings. You guys even talk, or you don't have to if you don't want to. Again, me and Tiffany, we live stream at least twice a week, usually more than that. Some weeks we're up to like 6 days, I think. Theoretically, we could pull off like 6 days on the highest, and we usually do a minimum of 2 days a week. On twitch.tv/UpDownLeftDie. Go check that out. We really appreciate that. We're also going to be at TwitchCon. And I don't know, no one listens, but we'll be at Disneyland on the 18th. So there's the thing. If you want to meet and greet, that'd be kind of cool. Disney California Adventure. Check out our Facebook page for more information on that. UpDownLeftDie Facebook page. You can also check out what movie we're going to watch next on Facebook. We have Make Events, or you could also request and suggest movies by going to bufferbuddies.com. There's a link to the Reddit page and all the information you need to do to get into the Discord and whenever all that other junk that you might want to know. And I want to thank Monk Turner for the use of his theme song, Evaporated Eric. We use that. He was kind enough to let us just kind of use that. Kind of cool guy, Monk Turner. He is. Right now, we rate the movies. Oh, after this, we actually play community games with everyone here in the podcast. So currently, we're playing Grand Theft Auto 5. You guys are more than welcome to join that as well. You can join our crew by going on Grand Theft Auto's community whatever and looking for Up Down Left Drive. UDLD is the all sign for that if you guys are interested. And what we do next is we rate the movies based on how we felt they were for watching them with a group of friends. How good is it walking in out of the room, snacking on snacks, talking, making fun of it, kind of like we do now here. So a lot of times it's not based on the movie's good, it's based on whether or not we think it's good for this and whether or not you should watch it and as a movie night thing with your friends. But play them our podcast first. Does anyone want to jump in?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give my rating first. I give it 10 out of 10 Tony Hawk Wolf's Pro Skaters.
We'll
Pretty
go
good.
next. I got 6 out of 10 large-lipped villains.
Which I thought was very good.
All right, I
Joshua?
didn't see the whole movie, but from what I've seen, I'll give it a 5 out of 10 solid gold maid telescopes.
Real good. Jared?
I'm really torn because the talking scenes really brought it down, but the action sequences are pretty enough to just kind of, you can almost mute the movie and just be like, wow, it was really pretty. So it's kind of torn. I'm giving it 6 out of 10 Bs.
Just bees.
Just bees.
These movies.
Aranya did rate it 4 out of 10 Shawn Bond.
Sean Bond.
What is that?
He's a famous
Sean
actor.
Bean, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Sean Bond.
That's really,
Is it
really
related
good.
to the Mr. Bean?
Oh no, is Sean Bean?
We
the
still
son
have-
of Mr.
we-
Scene Bean.
We still have to figure out when we should host the Mr. Bean Appreciation Day. We got to pick a date that's significant for some reason and set that up.
Is it like a bean holiday? Like for actual beans?
Oh,
Coffee beans.
That's a good idea. Bean,
Or when
bean
is
day.
Mr. Bean's birthday? So we can
Oh.
simultaneously celebrate Mr. Bean's birthday.
I like that better. Although I would love to do it on like the Bean Day. But see, the problem is you Google Mr. Bean's birthday and it gives you Rowan Atkinson's birthday. They are not the same person. What is a character, you idiots?
Well, you could do it like the very first time it aired in the UK.
Yeah.
as his birthday.
I like the more
I don't think
obscure
they ever-
like.
They
That's
never
the-
seen the show.
It's like I don't like Star Wars Day being May the 4th because it's not. Star Wars Day is actually like or I'm sorry, April 4th. Star Wars Day is actually like what is it? No, May the 4th.
May 4th.
It's actually like April 5th or something like that. But it's like it was officially another day, and everyone kept saying May the 4th be with you. And I'm like, you guys are just making a pun. And then somehow that became the official day. And I'm like, that's not it. That wasn't the day that the movies were released. And so I hate that. So I hate like little quibs. I'd rather have the more like obscure, like, oh, it's Star Wars Day is the day that the movies came out, not a pun. So I would prefer like, yeah, the Mr. Bean's birthday or something like that. I don't know if that's like known. Is that known knowledge? Is the lore deep enough on Mr. Bean for we know his birthday?
No, it all links back to Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of lame, but we could do that maybe. But or maybe is there a bean holiday? I want a bean day. National Bean Day is. Oh, whoa! Wait,
National Bean Day is on his birthday.
Wait a minute. Is that already? Is that on purpose?
Wait, is it?
Really? Are you serious?
I'm
Well,
wondering why.
It says National Bean Day is on January 6th, not January 1st.
But January 6th is
6th
also
is
Rowan
Atkinson's
Atkinson's
birthday.
birthday.
Oh, it is?
I wonder if
Yeah.
that's. I wonder
Interesting.
if people did that on purpose. If that's a
This is
coincidence,
Oh my gosh.
then we have. Yeah,
Friggin', it's not a coincidence, Jared. It's destiny.
yeah. Then we have to do the Mr. Bean Appreciation Day on January 6th.
Oh,
That's
man.
craziness. Because I'm looking.
What?
I want to find out. Like, is it intentionally on Bean Day? Why is it? Okay, Huffington Post. Here we
Well,
go.
January 6th is a Sunday.
I don't care
doesn't
what day
matter.
of the week it's on. It's gonna
According to the
change.
official Mr. Bean Facebook page, January 6th is National Mr. Bean Day.
Damn it!
It's already been done.
No, but we Googled that. And we didn't.
National Bean Day in the United States of America is January 6th. National Bean Day. Green, red, kidney, lima,
Yeah.
soy.
Okay, Huffington Post, reliable source, right? I'm gonna. It's.
I wouldn't, but go ahead.
I see that name a lot. It must be reliable. National Bean Day. Why is it Jan 6th? National Bean Day is today. This was written 7 years ago. So all yours is. National Bean Day is today, and many find themselves asking why the obscure holiday is Jan 6th. Well, there's a little to solve the answer. Some believe it commemorates the death of renowned geneticist. I almost read that as genocidist.
Wow.
Geneticist Gregor Mendel, who famously used bean and bean plants, blah, 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 blah. Nothing about Mr. Bean in this
what
article.
the heck? That's crazy. Do you think he named his character Mr. Bean because of this day?
Oh my gosh, that would be genius.
This is like real deep.
Wow.
I just want to know, because I'm not seeing anything else about Mr. Bean having a day. I don't know where you found that, rest in peace, but yeah, how to celebrate okay, here's a dayoftheyear.com, another reliable source, because it's named after the thing, right? How to celebrate Bean Day, and it's a recipe for making some kind of dip.
Aw shucks, add a dip.
Should we eat beans on that day?
We should only eat beans on that day.
Wait, here's something. The creator of... Okay. It would appear Paula Brown is the creator of Bean Day. Her main reasons were that there aren't many holidays celebrate around the time that Bean Day has typically been celebrated. Plus, she thought the world needed a day to honor Mr. Bean. Her father was a pinto bean farmer. Okay, well, hardly anyone...
What?
I don't think enough people are driving the point home. It should be about Mr. Bean, not about the vegetable or lagoon or whatever they're called. I want to make it like I don't want no. That's the thing. If we make a Mr. Bean Appreciation Day, I don't want it to have anything to do. I brought bean dip, and I'm like, why? That's gross. Get that out of here. But like, it's Bean Day, Mr.
What if
Bean
it's beans
Day.
in the shape of like bean dip in the shape of Mr. Bean?
Well, that's fair because that's a play on words or like whatever you're doing. It has nothing to do.
Mr. Bean, right?
Yeah. I don't want it to be like the food. I don't. What about the food? This is Mr. Bean Day. I want to make a Mr. Bean Appreciation Day. Nothing to do with the fruit.
Eat the food that he eats.
Yeah,
the magical fruit.
Twigs,
like oysters.
twigs
in
covered
purses.
Twigs covered in honey. That kind of or whatever marmalade. I don't know.
And
how to do-
everyone only makes noises at each other.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something, guys.
And we're all very, very awkward. And we dance by swinging our arms in a windmill fashion.
Yeah, are we still recording?
Yes.
Are we?
I was actually like, you know what? I haven't checked it. It might have stopped a long time ago. But no, we are still recording. This is part of the episode.
All right.
We
let's
just hit 2 hours, so we made up for all the lost time that got edited out.
Awesome.
Well, actually, we're going to lose about 10 minutes in the beginning, so it's still a good episode.
That's fine.
Goodbye, everybody.